VSP is back again. Holy shit, did I have something cool happen to me today? So, what have I been doing? I've been watching speaker reviews for just as long as you have. So, I don't know if that's 10 years, 2 years, 5 years, however long you have. Just imagine that I'm you. And, there's a couple of companies that really beat up on certain speakers. And that's okay because it's all our own taste anyway, right? And, but there's one guy that I'm not going to say beats up on speakers or certain brands of speakers. I think he beats up on every brand of speaker. Some he gives kudos to, some he doesn't give kudos to. And the reason is because he's fucking brilliant at doing crossover work. Okay, so I've looked at crossover guys. I've looked at Kreitz. I've looked at, there's even a Humble Audio Man or something. I've researched stuff that he's done for other people. I've even listened to that Volti Audio guy, how he started building Volti Audio speakers because he used to update Klipsch speakers like La Scalas and Bellas and all kinds of things like that. And, he beats up on Klipsch pretty hard. And, Klipsch owners don't typically appreciate that. But I really don't give a shit about a lot of people's opinions. I really don't, because I have my own opinions and I like what I like. But I've got a bit of money invested in a pair of Klipsch speakers, more so than any of my other Klipsch speakers. And there's vlogs and forums and Facebook posts and Facebook groups that talk about this specific guy who does speaker upgrades, as in the crossovers, measures them. Maybe he doesn't perfect them, but he sure as hell works magic with speakers. Now, I have no firsthand knowledge of this. All I have is what I've read, what I've watched, and I watch his channel all the time. And I met a guy that is doing what I'm planning on doing. And then I met another guy that has already done what I'm planning on doing. And that is a speaker crossover / internal slightly upgrade to the Klipsch RF7 IIIs. Now this is a $2,000 adventure for someone who lives in Canada. If you live in the States, it's half that price. Anyway, I sent off a couple emails last night, couple business, couple this, and I sent one off to GR Research. I did. I was noticing emails popping in and popping out this morning, doing business and doing that. And I just thought to myself, I really just want to get a hold of this company and just try and figure out, because I was going through the computer program that they had on the thing about ordering the kits. And it comes as a pair for the RF7 IIIs. And it's a DIY. So I own a construction company. So everything I've ever done in my life is DIY. And that's not exactly true, because I have employees. So, they do it too. So, but we all DIY. So I'm not really worried about DIY. I've been DIYing my life. I did it all myself. Anyway, I made a phone call today because I didn't get any email back. And I thought to myself, you know what? This company is probably so busy that they're not going to email me back anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just some random guy in Alberta, Canada, and whatever. But what I wanted to know is, was the price that was coming up in the computer Canadian or American? Because it went from $950 to $1,365. Just like that. And I was like, whoa, what did I hit wrong? So I did it again. And pretty soon in my cart was like $4,000 worth of shit. And I'm like, I got to figure this out. So anyway, I just said, you know what? It's getting late. I'm tired. Let's send an email. So I sent an email. And I wanted just to confirm things. So anyway, I wound up making a phone call. Well, guess what? I wound up calling Danny. And he was in his car. And he was driving with a buddy somewhere in Texas. And he says, can I call you back? He's got a little bit of a southern accent there that I can appreciate. I live in Little Texas. He lives in Big Texas. Alberta is Little Texas, just in case you don't know that. But it is. We've probably actually got more oil and gas than Texas does in Alberta. That's why the United States of America likes us so much. Anyway, he actually did call me back. It took about 10 minutes, and I was pretty involved with what I was doing at that point. But I decided to take the call, and I was super excited to talk to Danny. And we went over the concerns that I had with the website, and then we went over, the concerns I had with, this and that and the other thing. And you know what? I'll tell you right now, that is a nice guy. That is a nice guy. Like, I know a nice person when I hear them and when I deal with them on the phone. And I had to cut him short because I had guys in equipment that were getting closer and closer to me, and they needed me to do something in order for them to get started. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't want to even stop my conversation with Danny because it was exciting. And it was just over some speaker upgrade kits, which is like the crossovers and, the filler stuff that he puts in there. And I just want to say, I have zero experience so far with the crossovers, which I am going to order. But what a stellar guy. What a stellar guy. I actually even told him, I said, okay, this is not how I found you. I've been watching your videos forever. You make great videos, and I'm not just trying to blow smoke up your ass. I said, I found you because what I did is I grokked, which is like ChatGPT, but grokked. Who in North America makes the best speaker crossovers? And it went GR Research out of Texas, wherever, Texas. I'm just being vague because I can't remember everything I read. And then I give another guy, Kreitz, all these guys. And every single time it referred to Danny with GR Research goes into more depth than this company because they have the pros and the cons underneath every single one. So almost every single person in that entire Grok novel that I read pretty much referred back to Danny and GR Research. So whether you like AI or not, AI has steered me that way. And I was already going that way anyway because I had already made the email. And I already kind of knew it because I've been watching his channel for so long. And I told Danny exactly what I found on Grok. And then he brought up ChatGPT and his buddy. And we had a really nice conversation. And then he sent me an email and he says, great chat, bud. And I was like, what a super guy. I don't know. I might even buy some of his speakers. Anyway, that doesn't happen every day to me where I have a good conversation with a good person. And when it does, what the hell? Why not tell the world? Anyway, Danny, great chat, man. Really appreciate it. You have a good day. VSP is out.